came home and I was on parole, and I kept hitting brick walls, and so I gave up. And then I went back to selling drugs, right? Because you didn't have to fill out an application, you didn't have to do an interview.
You didn't have to explain anything.
You ain't got to explain nothing, And so I went back to jail, and I was in jail on a drug charge that I was guilty of. And so when the exoneration came, that I felt gave me like a whole new spin on life.
A new start.
Yeah, it gave me a fresh start.
You don't have to explain yourself, and now you're a regular man who's just trying to be progressive in this hard world for a black man. It's still hard for you,
Definitely.
How do you feel about in this new times? Like, 1989 and looking at 2016 is not a big difference.
Nah, it's not. I mean,
what's different?
Nothing. Like, the kids, you had the 5 kids in Brooklyn who got accused of rape in the park, right? And everybody jumped on that. Tony Herbert was out there saying they deserve to go to jail, put them under the jail.
Yeah.
Then you find out 2 weeks later they were innocent, right? They didn't do that. And so, it's nothing. Everybody still jumps, and they also have this rush to judgment without hearing all the facts first.
Why do you think no one from like your neighborhood or like why do you think everyone just immediately just was like with it? Like no one was like, no, like these kids didn't do that. It was just like, oh yeah, like these are some hoodlums or whatever
because it was the papers. The papers wrote the most outrageous headlines, and it was being put in people's faces every day, right? Like I said, there were 400 articles written on us within the first 2 weeks.
Damn.
Like we're talking everything. The 4 major papers, the Time, like everybody wrote articles. Everybody wrote articles, and it was all about where we came from, what type of upbringing. Some of those was fabricated. Where they told incidents about fights.
But that's what they do. That. Anybody, especially now these days, especially anybody like a black dude that gets murdered, they always. This is the most sickest thing to me is they bring up things like, oh well, he missed 2 child support payments in 1994. Oh really? So that makes sense that he should have got shot 5 times. Yeah. What the fuck? Like I hate when people do that and they just fabricate so many stuff. And I think that we live in a world where it's like that's why nothing changes because people think like that.
Yeah. People
think like, oh, I heard people say like, oh, that guy out in Sterling, like, what was he doing in front of a store selling CDs? I read so many different things online of people saying, oh, he was a thug because he was selling CDs.
But he had permission to do that.
But that's what I'm saying. People think of things like, here's the thing, and we speak about it all the time. Cops could do a better job with handling people. Yeah. Cops could shoot someone in the fucking leg.
How about that?
All right, get down on, shoot him in the leg. Why kill somebody?
Exactly.
Right.
Why brutal? And here's the thing. I think, we're not getting charged for it. Nothing gonna happen. We're gonna be protected by that line, that seal, that silence.
Yeah,
we're gonna be we're gonna be protected. So who gives a fuck?
It's true. And that's the first thing that with them that they have the right to kill. And all they gotta say is my life was threatened. Now it gets to the point where their life ain't even threatened. They still kill you, and they still get away with it.
Yeah, sure, get away.
Because they're backed by a powerful union.
Right.
They're backed by a $3 billion budget.
Yeah.
And there's no laws to hold them accountable.
At all.
The Blue Lives Matter law has been passed.
Well, that's the biggest gang in the world.
But they do what they need to do for legislation to work for them. Us, I feel like there's just more that we just have to try to do as far as going to Albany and just really making some noise. And I know people do these 30-minute boycotts or this week or whatever, but in order to really have change, you would have to be more diligent in your movement. Imagine if the Black Panthers was okay, we're just gonna do this till Friday. We would still be on the plantation. We would be way, way, way more back than we are now. But our children now are even more scared. We're even we're scared to say certain things. We want to be politically correct. We don't want to ruffle any feathers, but you have to ruffle some feathers to get some change. You have to. You just have to. You have to know that this man didn't go to prison and let it be in vain. If we're really gonna do something, let's do it. We could talk a good talk, but it's really time to for action. And action is not violence. Action is paper and pen and black and white. And I don't mean race. It's all about what are you going to do when you get to your computer or you have to go to Albany or go down to the courthouses? Or I said this in the last episode, it's really about just us as a culture, not just black people, all people. That's
sure that want the right things.
All people that want the right things.
Yeah, sure, and we just want an equal life, man. Just want even look at the dude in Minnesota. like that cop just sat there and let him bleed out and nothing. It should never be like that.
Yeah.
You think about it too. A lot of them are scared because they're not in the community, and that and they look at people like it's a threat. So if someone's 6'5", 300-pound black guy, is he automatically a threat to a cop because he's a big dude and he's black?
Yeah.
That's how they're thinking.
Yeah, that's how
they're thinking. Like, oh, this guy, oh, he's a problem. Oh, we gotta get him down. Or even like, whenever you look at like muscle people look at people like, damn, that's a big dude, man. I gotta watch out for that dude.
Yeah.
Most of those dudes fall fucking easy. They fall easy because
they don't even want no problem.
A lot of them got water. Yeah, a lot of them got water in their muscles too, though.
But that's not built to fight. That's built because they want the women to look at.
Most definitely. See, I'm just hating on them because I never got them muscles. I got a bird chest. I had a display on Coney Island Beach, man. But anyway, you know what? Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And let's come back more with Raymond Santana, and we'll get some other stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I want to know what this Park Madison NYC movement
Hey, listen,
is.
It's about somebody uprising. Somebody.
I don't want to hear from you.
Okay.
So we come back, we're going to hear from my new homeboy.
All right. Internet, stay right there. We'll be right back. You listen to the Premium Pete Show with Miss Listen Knows.
A.K.A. Beyonce.
Be right back.
Al.
CHEA.